Picasso Vision.
Yeah. What up, Brad? You know, so come through for you, nigga. Cause I'm different. Cause I'm different. Cause I'm
talking like me, nigga. Who gon' walk? Cause I'm walking like me. Give me the honey. Always dropping antiques. Motherfucking body talking shit like me, nigga. Who gon' talk? Who gon' talk it like me, nigga? Who gon' walk?
What? No, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, that might work.
Always dropping that tree. Your motherfucking body talking shit like me.
I'm from the slums of Decatur, but look now I do it major. Watching my friends turn to enemies, that shit sting like a taser. But see, I fuck with my nigga Red. We go back like them pages, and probably would've made paper if I ain't moved back to Vegas. That's my dog. Say got a new venture that he starting, I'm involved. Asked him how can I help, he said hit me with some balls. Told him that the shit was nothing, I'ma do it free of charge. We both came from the struggle, nigga, you can see the scar. Hard part is supporting you. We both from Decatur, but shit, you know how Decatur do. Yeah, they gon' be late on you, man, they probably gon' hate on you. Ain't nobody gon' wait on you, gotta grind just to make it through. Gotta show them you next, keep your foot on they neck. Don't let them trick you, man, keeping the same girl is a flex. This shit be deeper than sex, they be relieving your stress. Fleshy blood, nigga, RP to my Uncle Dex, he was different. Still young, black and gifted, time to run it up and flip it. Shit could all be so simple, nigga. These days, niggas trippin', niggas days, we was days, smoking haze, niggas sippin', niggas
Who gon' talk? Who gon' talk it like me, nigga? Who gon' walk? Who gon' walk it like me? Give me the honey. Always dropping antiques. Your motherfucking body talking shit like me, nigga. Who gon' talk? Who gon' talk it like me, nigga? Who gon' walk? Who gon' walk it like me? Give me the honey. Always dropping antiques. Your motherfucking body talking shit like me, nigga.
That's funny. Yo. Welcome to Feeds with the Fussle. Got a special episode in store for y'all today. Man, that's crazy. Get my intro not on camera. I ain't used to not being on camera since I've been on camera. Yeah. But I don't even want to be on camera this episode. We finna get into a conversation about love, so hope y'all enjoy. So these are my parents-in-law. Is that what this is technically?
Bonus parents, how do you love?
That's right.
Yeah,
these are my parents.
Parents of love.
These are my fiance parents, to be technical.
Yeah. That's the truth.
So I know they say nothing in life perfect, but I can't say that this relationship ain't perfect from my point of view, from where I've been for the past 8 years in December. Yeah, we gonna get this thing off. So I've heard this, I got the story from both of y'all, but I've never got it with y'all together. So how long y'all been married?
15 years.
How long y'all been together?
17 years.
15 years of marriage?
15 years of marriage.
I can only imagine.
But I got to tell the truth though, Feed.
Yes,
I've
sir.
been chasing them
That's the better question right there.
for about 29 years.
Right.
I caught up with her when she got older. She couldn't move as fast.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
wait them out. When
Yeah,
they come
yeah.
get tired,
That's what I did.
They get tired of running away from me, get tired of waiting.
There you go. So, but I've been knowing her a very long time, since '93, and we've been married since 2010.
1993?
1993.
If I'm not mistaken, it's 2025.
You better believe it.
I ain't even got those correct numbers in my head. You said
Yeah, but I feel like it was a match made to happen. You know, because like I said, I chased my wife. I mean,
I'm gonna say this respectfully. I hate to cut you off. But
oh man, do your thing.
you got a beautiful wife.
I do, and
Thanks, son.
I recognize that. You know, and I appreciate you. You recognize that as well. Yeah.
I don't know how one bloodline strike two different people. That's crazy.
Yeah. But it's reality. It's real.
You say 29 years? I'm on your tail. I think I've been here for about 22. How old are you when you go to high school? 14? 13? Going on 14? Going on 15?
Yeah, 13, 14.
14, finally got her at about 28, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But 14 and now it's 14 and 36 is what, 22 years? I'm on that tail for 29. I'm gonna meet you at the end.
But listen, you couldn't catch me. I'm always gonna be a step ahead of you.
Right.
Yeah, I'm always gonna be a step ahead of you. See, I got so many years just so far apart from you, right?
Yeah.
That you got ways to go. But listen, I'm telling you from experience, it can happen. Always remember this. I had to learn it as I went along in life, a relationship as well, right? With my wife, you're gonna have your highs and your lows because
Right.
you're human. But I have more highs than you do lows.
Right.
And communication is the biggest point in a relationship to me.
Right.
I didn't have it all together, but the more I listened to my wife, the better off I got with our relationship, with her understanding me and me understanding her.
Right.
You know. But I'm gonna let you hear some of your questions.
Monday, you agree with those numbers he's put out there?
Yeah, it's been about that long.
Okay, let's go start at the beginning. So how did y'all meet?
The first time we seen each other was he used to hang out with my brothers, and I used to feel like they hang with my brothers, they ain't for me. 'Cause I
Right.
know my brothers.
Right.
You know? So, I said no. And plus, he had a wife, so it was like, I ain't got time for my stuff getting towed up. I ain't got time to be fighting about somebody that ain't even I'm trying to get with or
So
be with.
are you saying it was only no because he hung with your brother and he had a wife?
Yeah, it was definitely that. And I had a man too.
Right.
So, you know, if I'm in it, I'm in it 100. I ain't got time for the game.
So aside from the no, was there any yes when you seen him? Was it like he's handsome or he got a chance or maybe or was it all no?
I didn't just look at him like that. I just, because he was my brother's friend, so they was just like two, pretty much like off limits right then. My brother's friends, I didn't even care about none of my brother's friends.
Look how life worked.
And, you know,
So how long, nephew, how long did you have to wait to get your yes?
I waited exactly, let me see,
2008.
man, probably about 20 years.
Golly.
Yeah. Yeah, about 15, something
15?
like that. Yeah, about 15 years.
Hey, them years fly by though.
They do, you know. But like my wife said, you know what really made me respect her the most, because when I was in a relationship, she was 100. It ain't happening. We ain't even got no conversation.
Right.
And so I respected that, but it didn't stop me from being who I was back then. You know?
Right.
So I kept pursuing when I see her driving or whatever. You know, I'm pulling up on her. Yeah, all that good stuff.
So what did you think when you first saw her?
Oh man, you know, I thought that I could get that, but she proved me wrong. See, I ain't never been in the position when it came down to women back then. Well, if I say I'm getting it, I'm getting that.
So I'm gonna assume you mean get her heart, right?
Man, get everything that belongs to our heart.
Right.
Put it that way.
Right.
Yeah. And that's how I was back then, though. You know, today is different. You know, I love my wife. Can't no one, I ain't gonna even say no woman, no one take the place of my wife, man. You know, that's my life.
Now I'm gonna ask this question. I think you might be able to answer, but you probably can't.
No.
Do you remember what she was wearing?
Huh?
You remember what she was wearing when you first
Listen,
seen her?
I told you there ain't no question you can't ask. She had on a brown, what they call that, summer dress. Oh man, with the curves all over the place. And that's what made me just keep going, right? You know, when you get to a stoplight, you're supposed to stop. I ran that one. Yeah, I ran that one on purpose.
Ready to pay that ticket, huh?
That's right. And it was all for the better though, because when I seen her that day, I communicated with her that day. I gave her my number that day, and she said she'd call me because I asked for her number. I couldn't get it. But anyway, she called me 2 days later, and guess what?
Ain't that like the
We've been together ever since. Huh?
Ain't that like the rule? You gotta wait till the 48 hours?
Yeah, you gotta wait for 48 hours, man. But it was worth waiting for, you know. Man, I'm talking about when she called me that day, we had lunch the next day, and we've been together ever since. You know, so I'm grateful for my wife, you know.
Right.
She made a difference in this old boy life right here, you know. Because it could have been a different way, you know, even though I knew which direction I was going this time.
Right.
Yeah, but before I met, you know, before I really got up with her, man, I was just all over the place with life, you know, and trying to figure it out.
Ain't that crazy how a woman will change you?
Man, you know, if we just pay attention, this is what I learned. If I just pay attention every day, God allow me to see one, He gonna show me a lot of things that I need to change about me, but He also gonna show me a lot of things about Himself.
Right.
Throughout that day, you know, so every day is a teachable day for me. You know, that's why I try to pay attention to my wife, because women, man, they tell you how they feel in so many different ways, you know. And
Yeah, I see that rock right there.
yeah. I'm grateful.
And how long you say y'all had in this marriage again?
15 years.
15 years?
15 years.
I don't know the particulars of it. Don't you got an upgrade coming?
That is an upgrade.
This is the second one.
Yeah.
But ain't like 20 years, ain't that like
20 years, right? 20 years, what they call that? You renew your vows. This is what they call it.
right?
You renew your vows 20 years later, you know, I'm like this. I got 45 more left, right?
Right.
So whatever my wife want to do, any day she want to do it within them 45 years,
Right.
we going to do it.
No doubt.
You know, it ain't got to be 20 years later. It could be 16, 17, you know, but it's whatever makes my wife happy, I'm going to be all right.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a match made. So do y'all believe this was wrote in the big book?
Oh, listen.
Explain the big book so for the ones that ain't understanding out, you know, in the world.
Do y'all believe that God wrote this in His book? This His plan, you all two together?
No, see, listen. Anytime He say a man findeth a wife, he findeth a good thing.
Right.
See, if you notice, He didn't say if a woman find a husband.
Right.
He said a man. So I know it's a part of His plan.
Right.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know.
As long as He played a role in your life, the head role in
There
your
you go.
life.
I want to see first and foremost.
Yeah.
He gotta be first. If not, man, it leave room for dude to step in. And I don't know if you've seen a tornado. I don't know if you heard about one, man. As devious as this dude is, that's how he come in, man, like a tornado, like a hurricane.
Still undestroyed.
Man, trying to tear up everything that's in his way. You know.
And it comes mostly when you're at the happiest time in your
Yeah.
life. That's when He want to come in because He don't want to see you happy. He want to see you mad and arguing and fighting and all that.
It's two reasons. That being one, and when your blessing about to come,
Right.
He want to disrupt you,
Right.
distract you, if I could use a different word.
Yeah, I experienced that.
You see what I'm saying? And when we get distracted as people, our main focus on what we was focused on, it go on the back burner. Yeah, it go on the back burner.
I'll be honest, y'all my favorite couple out of everybody that I know in the world.
Appreciate that.
I've been around 8 years. I haven't been in the house with y'all, but I've been around for 8 years. Since we're family, I got a little information that the average person wouldn't have.
That's right.
I can honestly say, in those 8 years, I haven't seen y'all be on 2 different pages yet. And I mean from the smallest thing.
Right.
Let's say mom say she cooking chicken. You would never be like, I got a taste for fish tonight.
No, I mean, because he
Sometimes
cooked.
he'll say if he don't want to fish tonight, he want chicken or something. But
I
if
can
he
only
don't
say,
want-
what I've never seen.
I usually go with what my wife wants,
But that just goes to show, like, this got to be more than what y'all can do for each other. It's got to be more than big book.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna tell you something else though. Without the Bible, I don't call it the big book because there's a lot of big books in the world.
Right.
But without that Bible,
Let's go and put a name on it.
listen, this relationship, that's what it would be in a ship, selling all over the place,
Right.
and that don't bring in happiness. That bring in confusion, sadness, and it's not only it would have been just for me and my wife, but it would have been for the kids and everybody else that looked up to us. You know, and I get that all the time. You know, man, you make me keep going. I love that because my life makes a difference to somebody. I don't care if it's one person.
Right.
I'm good with that.
But a relationship takes two. You know, can't just one person can't work on it all. Have to come both ways. You have to. Sometimes I might have to give a little, and sometimes he might have to give a little. But you have to determine if it's worth it.
Right.
You know, if it's worth fighting for, or if it's worth giving up. You know, so I'll take it as. Sorry. I would take it as. Sometimes you might feel like you're right the whole time, but it ain't what you say, it's how you say it.
I ain't gonna lie, when I look at y'all, I see 2 16-year-olds in love. It ain't never like, hey, you playing too much, stop playing none of that. Like, they don't get to see what I see.
Right.
And I'm like, I have never experienced being jealous of anybody, but the relationship y'all got, I hope I can get to that.
No. Take that word out, you'll make it. I'm gonna tell you why. You don't have to hope for something that you in control of.
Right.
It's when you're not in control of it, then you hope that it could happen. But you're in control of your life, your relationship, your wife. You're in control of all of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why with me, I understand my wife. My wife, her name Deborah. My name Adolphus, man. I'm a man. She's a woman. We got so many different things going on. So I have to understand her as a woman.
Right.
And some of the decisions that's being made, just like she understands me as a man, you know. And when you understand that much about people, man, you can flourish then together. You ain't got to be trying to figure it out on your own, you know, you can flourish together. And that's what me and my wife do, you know. My wife might say this and say that, and I might feel different.
Right.
Well, a lot of times I'll be like, all right, baby, if you want to go ahead and do it. You know, and I go on. You know, sometimes we might disagree, but I always come out on top. But anyway, sometimes we might disagree, and that happens in relationships. But it's how you come to an agreement out of a disagreement.
Right.
You gotta make it work. Because if you don't make it work, then what? Man, everything is all over the place. Y'all ain't talking.
Wow.
Oh, what? Not me, my wife, but some folks, they make up a big argument to where now it disrupt the kids. Mm-hmm. So now it ain't just about them. See, that's why relationship it's real big.
Right.
And a lot of times we don't think about the outside of the picture. They call it the framing part. We don't think about that. We just try to stay in the inside. Mm-hmm. But if you don't put the framing part on it, that picture gonna go wherever it wanna go. Because you can't stop it. Ain't nothing to stop it.
The show gonna roll up in time.
Exactly. So, you know, that's how I look at this life. You know. I don't know anything about what they call that. In-laws. I I don't know nothing about that. What I do know about is I love you for you,
Right.
and ain't nothing you can do about that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, stepdads and all. No, I'm your dad because I'm. See, there's a difference from a father, a dad. Some folks, well, I ain't gonna say some folks, some women, sperm donors, you know, because they talk like that when they mad and upset.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know, I love all my kids the same, just like I love my wife. Now, I'm in love with my wife, but I love my kids, especially my grandbabies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I treat them all the same, none of them different, you know. If you need something, we gonna make that happen.
Right.
You need something, we gonna make that happen. You know, so it's just like with a relationship. Man, I can't favor you one day when I'm doing all right, and then the next day, you know, you done said something or you done did something I ain't like it, now I don't favor you. No, that ain't how it go. That's why you say don't let the sun go down.
Right.
On your wrath. You know what I'm saying? And then once you figure out, like I said with my wife, she different. So I can understand when she don't like this or she don't feel this is right or how she want it to be. I understand that. 17 years, you know what I do? I go on down to my office, I ain't the one. If you want to do it, go ahead, baby. Got you back. But if I feel like it ain't right, I'm gonna tell you that too.
Right.
You know. But I got your back. If you still want to try it, I got your back. But I still feel the way I feel until you show me different. You know. I try to do my best as being a person, period. You know, not just being my wife, husband, but being a person, period. I try to do my best. And I'm gonna let you answer more questions.
Yeah, I sure said let me run off a few of these questions. So, as a man, how do you think she did as a mother to her kids? Raising them, loving them, or whatever, however you take the question.
When you ask me a question like that, I'm the one that know the best.
Right.
When it comes down to being the father. She raised the girls like I would have raised my girls.
Right.
So she did an excellent job. I ain't gonna keep going, so don't think I'm gonna say nothing after that. I want you to ask these questions.
You right.
But yeah, my wife did an excellent job, man.
Hey, so you recall us having that conversation in the front yard when I told you, yeah, I'm ready for the next level, but I ain't trying to mess up as no husband, so I ain't in a rush either.
I remember that. And I can't remember exactly what I told you, but I know this is me right here communicating with you on that level. Whatever you do, make sure that's what you want to do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we do things for different reasons.
Right.
But when you do it because that's what you want, then you're doing it for the right reason. Because I love my girls. And what they call that thing, man. I used to have to worry about that, man, but I don't anymore. They call it a wooden box. I'll be laying in a wooden box about my girls, man. But when I met Jesus, I knew I had to worry about that no more. Because I knew he was going to take care of all of us. Yeah. But I'm going to let you ask a question.
Well, I sure could throw you on the spot like that. Nah, it's just a beautiful thing to see real love, you know. Y'all
Ask
got
mama something, man.
y'all got what y'all call old school love.
Ask mama something.
Yeah, because she done got rusted with the oil on.
No, his brain going it down. He over here.
Nah, I'm just thinking about everything I done seen in the past 8 years.
Yeah.
Well, my thing, some advice to your son is, when you do things with your wife, when it comes to any decisions that y'all make together.
Right.
And when y'all plan to make something, let your word be your bond. If that's what you say, that's what you do. And that goes both ways. You hold her accountable too.
Matter of fact, since y'all been through it, I need to ask y'all both this. So, do y'all think it's fair that I told my fiance, which is your daughter and your daughter,
Yes, sir.
that I think she needs to buy my the band. I think she should be responsible for buying my band. I bought your wedding ring, so you should buy my band. If I gotta buy my band and your wedding band, that puts we not even. What do you think about that?
I'll let you answer that.
Okay. This is my deal right here.
No, it's just a yes or no question, honey. He said, do you think that our daughter should buy his band? So did I
That's
buy your
definitely the
band?
question.
I don't think she should.
Hold on.
I don't.
Did I buy your band?
You did. Okay. But I'm saying, like I said, I don't think she should.
And why?
This is the reason why. You bought mine and brung it to me. Because if I hadn't knew that's what you was doing, it wouldn't have happened. I'd have bought my own, even though I bought yours. But the reason being is because I'm the man, for one thing. I took your hand in marriage, you didn't take mine. So I felt like I did that because I was ready, right? So for me to be ready, I got to be ready not only mentally, physically, spiritually, but money-wise, I gotta be ready. Because you can't get married without no money. Not in this world anyway. And then really, boy, look here. That was 15 years ago. We spent like about $10,000. That was 15 years ago. Just think of how high stuff is today. You know. And I was real. I'm gonna let you ask some more questions.
So to be clear, you said that she shouldn't buy my band, but your wife bought your band.
My wife bought my band,
And you accepted
without my permission.
it. And you accepted it though.
I'm gonna never let her take it back, son. Never. I got that same band. 15 years later, I got it.
And I think with me and my dad issues, I'm gonna go with your answer. Man, what you say? You say she should?
I think so.
Y'all show tell her,
I
hey,
mean, it goes both ways. I mean,
it ain't, I'm not being a stickler, being
it's
petty.
not
It's
that-
like, hey,
it's not that she
I done
has
bought you you don't have to, but
Right.
I would like if you did for whatever odd reason. I ain't
see,
never,
that's where your
I ain't never been
communication
married
comes in.
before.
That's where the communication comes
Right.
in. So I'm sure if she knows that's something that's really in your heart, just like your son that she bought you for your birthday.
Right.
She know that's something that you really into is the feast with the fuss. So she know that's something that meant something to you. So she made sure you represent when it's time to represent. So I'm sure if you want her to buy your ring, it's gonna happen.
One thing she ain't gonna buy me is that dream car though. I done asked her 20 times. She said, I don't do that, bro. I'm not buying you no car.
But remember, hold on now, cause remember that time when you said, I ain't gonna never buy no woman no car.
what?
Remember that?
I was so, I'm still mad at her. She ain't took that purse nowhere always.
But
That
you bought
big
it
dog,
though, right?
I definitely bought
That's
it.
what I tell you when you said, I said, don't never say never, cause when you love a person, you do quite a bit of things.
That's
for
crazy.
her.
I didn't see that coming at all.
She called me on Christmas and said, Mom, look at this. That's real where it comes from. But yeah, I don't know. It can happen. You never know. It's just in God's timing. God working with you right now. You know, He getting you from a year ago today. You couldn't do nothing.
Right.
But lay there and say, But look at you today. You up. You walking. You talking. Peas with the fuzz done popped up. Ain't
Yes,
no telling
ma'am.
what else God got in store for you.
And that's what that woman did. Like I said, a woman with a man, that woman gonna get you better in life. She done spoke life into me. She got
if
me
she
here.
loves you, she gonna have your back 100%, sick or not.
And you know one thing she told me earlier, I did not understand. She said, hey, we finna do these kids things, so it's us versus them. I'm like, what are you talking about? But now I totally get it. It's definitely us versus them.
Family is good to have, but family cannot get in that circle.
Right.
Because if they ain't happy, guess what? They're gonna make sure you're never happy. And the ones that's happy for you, they're gonna let you know for sure.
So Feeds with the fuss.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Since you've been in the family
Right.
8 years, have you ever felt unloved?
Not once. Actually, it's the first time I felt love, real love.
That's the reason why I asked the question, is because it's genuine. See, you said you've been in the family 8 years.
8 years in December. It's crazy. A lot of people ain't gonna like this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Like, this is the first time I felt real love from a family, like for real. Like, how did a family that's not my blood surpass what I feel for my blood family in 8 years when I've been with my family for 30, I'm 36, all those years? How does that happen? I don't understand it, but hey, it is what it is. You can like it, love it, you don't gotta talk to me, I got my woman. So I'm straight. As long as I got my woman and my kids, I'm good.
Well, always remember now. I'm gonna put this in the pot, right?
And my relationship with God too.
There you go. That's the main one.
That's the
That's
main
the
one
first
right there.
relationship.
That kind of goes without saying, but a lot of people don't know that about me.
Yeah.
And you know what? Listen. As you get closer, then a lot of people will start seeing it in you or hearing it come from you. And they'll let you know, man, you must go to church.
Or they say your spirit is a good spirit.
Right. I'm trying to think of
People can feel you out like that
some
too.
words that I dealt with in my life. People ask me, you a preacher? I'll be like, no, but I serve God every chance I get. That's what preaching is. Preaching is communicating about what God said to do and what he said don't do. That's what preaching is. That's true facts. Whatever's in that book, and you speaking it, you preaching it. Because somebody's listening to what you saying about the truth.
Oh, this is the most irritating thing in the world right now. That is crazy. I gotta go to the restroom. I do not like that, but this is what it is.
All right. You had one more question you had for us, Auntie?
Yeah, I might have had a few. We finna get into these fees type questions.
All right.
Sorry about that quick bathroom break, but it is what it is, what it is. That. So definitely I'm gonna ask you first. No, I'm gonna ask Mom first. I kind of been leaning towards you a lot.
All right, go ahead.
So, Mom, would you rather take your perfect idea of the perfect man, or would you take him, nephew?
I keep what I got. I know what I got. I know what's in what I got. So I keep what I got.
I guess I'm gonna take the same question to you, nephew, honestly. If you have your idea, whatever you think the perfect woman is, would you rather have that or what you got?
I'm gonna tell you, yes, I'm very happy, but I started this whole conversation off with no one could take the place of my wife.
Right.
I didn't say another woman. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told you before.
Right.
No one. And you know we got 7 kids.
Right.
And 16 grandkids.
Please.
But my wife come first. God first, let me get it right. God first, then my wife, then my kids. Yeah, I wouldn't change my wife for nothing, man. I know my wife. Man, my wife done been through so much, with each other, especially family-wise, man. I couldn't compare no other woman with my wife.
Not even an imaginary one you can make up in
No,
your
I
head?
ain't finna do no imagine that. I see, cause that's extra energy.
Right.
And I ain't getting paid for that. I can't be working for free.
Right.
Yes, sir.
But Red, no relationship is perfect. Everybody goes through ups and downs.
Yes, ma'am.
It's what you make of it.
I would say yes, but I don't know that I can agree to that. Like I say, I've been around, I got some inside information. I have not seen y'all argue once. I ain't seen y'all raise a voice. I ain't seen, hey, you playing too much. hey, that's a little too far. I haven't seen any of that. Not to say that it hasn't been, because I'm
Right.
smart to know that it has been something.
Yeah.
But I've just never seen it for myself.
Yeah.
My wife might get loud. She might get a little lippy. She might feel like she controlling the situation. She might even feel like she in control.
Right.
But the only time you're gonna ever see that, remember I tell you this now, is when I'm wearing jogging pants. Cause if I got on jeans, she know I got the belt on, right? And I don't play with that belt. I use it for what it need to be used for. Tell them, baby.
Hold his pants. That's what it's built for. Hold his pants.
But no, you know, listen. I love my wife, man. I mean what I say, man. Can't nobody take the place of my wife. Listen, me and my wife, we have fun, man. Listen. We have fun, man. You witnessed it. But we have fun like we 18, 19, 20.
Right.
You know,
I said like y'all 16-year-olds.
my wife almost 60, and I'm not too far from it. You know,
Those good numbers.
yeah, I'm about 4 years away from 60. My wife 1 year away from 60.
No,
So,
your
you know-
wife is 40.
Well, I'm calculating the. Yeah, you're right. This year, yeah. That's how much I've been working.
I'm proud. Some people ain't make it there.
Yeah, that's how much I've been working, baby.
Yeah, okay.
But my thing is, it just to me it wouldn't make sense to start all over, cause you got to get to know the person, and then you know it take a little while to push all the buttons. You know, I ain't got time for all that.
Right.
You know, so I'm gonna grow with this one. My wife.
Because you ain't old yet, huh?
No, sir. That ain't gonna happen. Get old about, I don't know, I give it 30 more years. Then I consider being old. Right now it ain't there. I could do what the youngest can do.
Right.
Yes, sir. And I want the world to know that I thank God for it all. It's nothing that I could have done to be the man that I am today, to do the things that I do today. Without him, it would be impossible.
So do you have a favorite memory of your wife? Something y'all did, just a favorite memory, moment?
You know, my favorite moment is what really made me know that my wife was for me. I hadn't seen one of my kids, man, since she was probably 8 months old. And when me and my wife got together and I shared that information with my wife, the next week, I think, or the week after that, my wife showed up at my house and said, you ready? I said, man, where we going? And she said, we're going to see your daughter.
I don't know what he gonna just sit here and watch you choke. Or
What?
call.
Nah, my wife all right.
I'm good. Yeah.
Man, Ray,
sir.
17
Thank you,
years feeds with the father, I know.
Right.
Yeah, she do that every now and again. I got her, cause he got us.
Right.
Yeah. But when my wife took me to actually see my daughter, I knew that's the one for me, man, cause she was concerned about the conversation I had like a week ago. She remembered that. And that meant a lot to her, and that made me see that she means a lot to me, man, because she was in my best interest. And we did not only go see my daughter, but she picked my mother up, and they picked me up.
Right.
Yeah, so that was one of the best moments in my life with my wife. One of them. Yeah, I got a whole lot of them. That was one that really, I knew this woman for me. Yeah.
Guess what? I'm gonna ask you the same question.
I got a lot of good moments, but just my favorite moment is just us being together, doing things together.
Right.
That's my favorite time. It's like when we're able to spend time
Man.
together.
Well, say it again, baby.
I guess I need to ask myself a question. Well, I can ask you, nephew, because you played a major part in it. You remember that day we was playing cards in the crib? I think it wasn't Christmas. I don't think it was Christmas. It might have been around Thanksgiving. When me and my fiance played spades with y'all. Remember the outcome?
Let me see.
You ain't old, remember? You keep up with the young folks, what you said.
Yeah, but remember this though. I remember that time. Remember when I whispered in your ear?
I said, let them win.
You better believe it. Them our kids, you hear me? We can't do them like we do outsiders. Yeah, I remember that though. I remember that. Y'all won that game.
You and your wife had y'all had a little something for us, huh?
Yeah.
I can respect that. That's what comes with age and wisdom.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna let you go in because I gotta be in another town here in a minute. Yeah. But man, it's a blessing.
What did you think of me when we first met? Did you think that me and my fiance would get to where we got to?
So listen, every day I wake up, it's for me to be to the point as I can with life as life go through the day, right?
Right.
So to honestly answer your question, I didn't know, but this is what I did know. I've been knowing you your whole life. From a baby, a little boy, and I said, man, he grown now, but I gotta watch him.
Right.
Cause you know, I love my kids.
Right.
And so that's why I was with it, you know. I just wanted to see how y'all relationship was gonna be from the beginning. And I knew I wouldn't know everything, but I knew my wife would.
Right.
Cause I knew how her and the girl's relationship was. Real tight. How it is today, real tight. But as I got to know you and spent time with you, I grew to love you.
Right.
And that's where it's at today. You know, and that's where it'll always be with me. You know, you showed me you a man. And that's what I wanted to see. You know, dealing with my daughter.
Man, I remember the first time I seen your wife, I was terrified.
She a big old teddy bear, man. As long as you don't rub her wrong,
Hey,
it won't be no
I
I
had
dream
one-
of
I
you.
had one of those phones up here, so I'm like, I was in the garage at y'all crib, and it was the first time me and Keenan was like kind of in each other's space. I just over there chilling on, I think it was like, it might have been the day before Thanksgiving, it seemed like. So I'm over there, and we just in the garage talking. I guess Mom's pulling up from work or something. I got terrified. I'm like, hey, what am I supposed to do? Where can I hide? Crazy thing is, I'd never seen her, but I knew who she was because she was my mom's best friend.
Yep.
I'm like, hey, where can I run and hide to? This a mom coming.
Yeah.
I know we growing up, but still, this a mom coming.
Right.
Mom just like, hey, how y'all doing? What's going on? I'm like, man, I was so scared. I'm like, bro, I'm terrified. I'm just at her house.
Right. Yeah, but
Even though she probably knew me because she was my mom's best friend, I'm like, bro, I'm still terrified.
Right.
She's like, bro, my mom ain't finna say nothing. What you mean she ain't finna say nothing? I'm just at her house in the garage.
yeah. But yeah, you know, we trust the girls, and but like I say, you know, in my life, I grew up learning, and I'm to the point now. Don't nothing just happen.
Right.
It's a purpose for it all, you know. But when you don't know God, a purpose could kill you. But when you do know God, yes, sir.
So I guess this for both of y'all. Love or respect?
Both.
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 Look at y'all entwined as one
got
all
Oh
the
yeah,
time.
yeah. Without respect, the love ain't gonna grow. Yeah, it ain't gonna grow. You gotta have both of
Respect,
them.
love, and honesty.
That's right.
Those ain't gonna work.
Without them,
And if you feel like you gotta sneak into it, it ain't right.
Right.
You know it.
you know it ain't right. That's right. When you gotta sneak, you know it ain't right.
You gotta question it. You know it ain't right.
That's right.
But we make decisions together. We talk about things together. We work it out together.
But I always come out on top. No, I'm just joking. Like I say, you know.
Always know a relationship is two.
That's right. That's right.
But Feeds with the Fuzz, I
Yes, ma'am.
enjoyed your show. Looking forward to the next one.
We definitely can do a part 2.
We love you. We're always there for you.
On a part 2.
Closing up.
Yeah. On a part 2, we always available for you. You know that.
Right.
And always remember, when it come down to us, you can ask us anything in the world, man. We gonna let you know.
Right.
Yeah, there's nothing we won't talk about. You know, if you ask the question, I'm gonna give you the answer. If I ain't got the answer, that means it was a bad question.
Right.
Because you was actually me the question. Amen.
We love you.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all, and I got a gift for y'all. It ain't gonna be today, but I need y'all to text me the size, because y'all finna get one of these members only hoodies for doing my show. I appreciate y'all.
Feeds with the fuzz.
Right.
Cause I'm different. Cause I'm different.
Walking like me,
Cause I'm different. Cause I'm
always dropping like
Cause I'm
this.
different.
Motherfucking body
Cause I'm
talking
different.
shit like
Cause I'm
this.
different.